This not a drill. Bucket of ice on me, how should I chill? Scope in your mouth, watch how I know how I'm rocking, you know how I'm built. Still in the trenches, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, but she poppin' for real. Still that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get like ice. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Talk to me nice. You know I'm an Eastside, big TDE, step a whole rep, that. Top dog since top ramen now, steak a lobster with a shrimp, fat. Big, put a ribbon on it, get you give, rep, back, that. Real, never switch, that. Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan. Finds Gibbs on a check down. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. To throw is Duggan. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Duggan now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Reynolds. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Gibbs is into the end zone. A touchdown, Lions.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Kevontae Turpin now to return. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they... Timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Here's Duggan to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Max Duggan.
A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
That's to the sideline and pulled in.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
They run it with Chandler.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
Chandler will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But They would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Gibbs straight ahead. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
He's airing it out for Williams. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Off the option, that's complete.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Duggan.
Rolling to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Max Duggan
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Chandler.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30
here. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Chandler.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get it.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
The give right side for Gibbs.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And quickly, they get to the line.
Duggan looking to throw.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
2nd and 4.
This is caught by Evans. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Slot man moves right. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
They'll throw now on the final play. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll look to throw here. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
46-yard line. On first down, Chandler, and a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll run on first down. It's Chandler. Touchdown, Vikings!
Ty Chandler with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Gano the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That is caught. And out of bounds right around the 20. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
They're going to look to throw this. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Now he's into the clear again. He's on his way. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Dugan. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Marcus Davenport
able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that go.
Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown.
Sam Laporta.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Lions are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
On the return, this is Turpin. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
John Kaminsky.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out, and he's going to go down again.
Aiden Hutchinson picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
Throwing, Duggan.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, Dugan. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
John Kaminsky able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
He'll look to throw.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And some room to roam now.
244 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Ty Chandler,
26 yards.
and the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Well, the Vikings are pointing. They've got it. Minnesota football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Gano for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. This will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Detroit, their playoff chances